So Invincible is getting a game from Skybound Games. And That's all we know so far. But I wanted to theorize with you. We talked about it a little bit personally, but we talked about whether it would be an open world action game or if it would be like a player choice game like Telltale, because Skybound Games are the publishers of Telltale games. So, which is, they're back. They're still around. So there's a chance this could be a Telltale game. But um I would assume they would make an open world action game, because I think they're acutely aware that people want a Superman game, but that a lot of people think this way. I disagree with them completely. Me, you've had an argument about this before, that they think it's hard to make a Superman game. I don't think it is. I think people are just overcomplicating things because they think he's too powerful. It's a video game. Spider-Man can knock a dude's jaw if he wants to, but obviously you don't do that in the game. Like Superman, you can just say he pulls his punches. It's okay. But an Invincible game, there's less worry about that. And we talked about that before when we talked about Superman game, because people just straight up die all the time in Invincible. So it's not a problem if innocents die because of collateral damage or whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are making an open world game, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it was a Telltale game. Um, how about you?
I am all the way on board with both. I feel like a Telltale game would be great because Invincible has an amazing narrative, and they even, towards the end of Invincible, which I wasn't a huge fan of the ending of Invincible, toward the end of Invincible, they started to do like a what if type of scenario, when Mark fell into like an alternate dream world or whatever. Um, Spoilers for Invincible, by the way, the comics.
You don't need to spoil it, Amir. You can just leave it where you left it.
I'm trying to rephrase what I was going to say, because what I was going to say was very spoiler heavy.
Like, do you think it should take place within that, like, aftermath?
Not necessarily. I mean, it can. I feel like the
I feel
potential
like they
for
wouldn't do that because the show is still really new and a lot of people haven't read the comic, and that would be like the biggest spoiler in the world.
I feel like they can. I feel like the potential for a Telltale style game is near endless. I also feel like they could, if they were to do a Telltale style game, they could do it after the series has ended, after Mark's happy ending, which I know, I don't want to. I can't. I'm trying so hard not to like speak about spoilers. I don't want to ruin the ending of Invincible because it is a decent, and I'm gonna say decent ending. It's a decently positive ending to a fairly dark, though comedic series. But they could do it like takes place after the end of the series. Um, it could also not be about Mark because there are
Yeah, I was
other
thinking the same thing.
characters around the end of the series.
There are also a lot
Um,
of like huge time skips in Invincible,
there really are,
so it could take place in
especially
between one of
after
those.
the end. It feels like every couple issues they skip like 5 years
Yeah,
toward the end of the series.
towards the end of the series, they really start skipping around.
But but I would also love like not necessarily an adaptation of the games, or like maybe they could do an original story, because even in like the middle of the series they were still doing like some time skips. Maybe they could do like a like smaller story in the middle of Invincible where he's still. This is such a.
You're trying so
When he's
hard not
still.
to spoil.
Like,
I think
really
we
trying.
get it, Amir. I think we got it.
They could do a smaller story in the middle of the series, for an open world game. I would love that too. I'm just excited for the potential of this. I would be on board
Yeah,
with just
same.
about anything.
I just really want a Superman game, and this could be it.